So today we'll be flying the 787 from Frankfurt to Denver, and our flight time today is 11 hours or 10 hours 45 minutes, which is technically just 11 hours, but if you want it to be 10 hours, then whatever. But yeah, so we'll be flying with the WT mod or the avionics update mod beta. A lot of people have been saying it's good, and every time I tried it, I just couldn't not do a flight with it. It wouldn't power on and whatnot. But today, I was able to fix it. It was just some weird thing going on with the battery and the external power, but it seems to fix itself. And yeah, so hopefully we will be able to complete our flight today. I think that will be definitely a hope that I have. But like I said, a lot of people have been saying it is not bad. It's not bad. It's a good mod, and apparently it's better than Heavy Division, which I don't believe. I love the Heavy Division mod. It makes it so much better. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the cockpit, and then I can start up the aircraft, and we'll be on our way to Denver in Colorado. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and start up the external power and the battery. And you see how I have to click it twice? That was my issue. It just wouldn't click sometimes, but seems to fix itself. We also have to align the IRSs with the gears up here. And we have to wait for them to align before I can put in our init data and our flight plan so we can get our plane headed to Denver and hopefully actually land the plane. So I'm gonna wait to start the APU because we're not on pushback yet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for the IRS to line, which they should in a second. They're quite quick. Also, we've got a checklist that I will be following throughout the whole flight. We're gonna go ahead and turn on the seatbelt signs like it's saying, and our IRSs are aligned now. So we're just gonna go ahead and continue to follow the checklist, and I will get our flight plan inputted into the plane. Alright, so we got our flight plan inputted, as you can see right there in our checklist. So we're just going to go ahead and start the APU now. And so we can cross that off as well. I have to call for pushback, and yeah.
Hello Captain, we are ready for pushback. Departure check completed, bypass pin inserted. Locking gear. Release parking brakes. Commencing push. All engines clear, start at will. Waiting your confirmation for good engine start. Left is clear, right is clear.
Alright, so there's a 747, and we are close to the runway, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue to talk to you guys. We turned off our APU, which is required, and we can actually check off the flaps for our checklist because they are at 10 right now, which means they are down like the checklist wanted us to do. So I believe our next checklist will be to the ᵁ checklist. Yeah, I am right. So, yeah, or after takeoff, but yeah, so far I actually got the plane started up, which is something that usually doesn't happen with the WT mod for some reason, but it's fixed now. So yeah, also, by the way, I need to tell you guys that I will be rating this flight at the end of it once we are completed, but in 5 days from now this update will actually officially release, not on the beta like this, and hopefully Heavy Division will be able to put their sim brief import into the WT mod, because maybe it is better. Hopefully they can do like some flight model tweaking or something and sim brief import in the engines, which I already got. I was able to get like a Heavy Division type merge thing where the engines, they still look like the Heavy Division ones, which I'm glad that I was able to do. I'm proud of that. So, and it's working so far, but like I said, I would want Heavy Division to put sim brief import or like make an EFB or something down there to your left where EFB would usually be. I think it'd be very cool and very interesting for that. So we're just gonna go ahead and hopefully we'll be able to take off, but I'm not sure, just because there's a chance that we're not able to take off, something goes wrong. But like I said, I have not done a full flight in the WT mod yet. This is my first full one. I usually use Heavy Division because sim brief import is a huge thing for me. I love it. But yeah, hopefully, like I said, Heavy Division can do the sim brief import type thing, and we can get the engines and stuff, which I've got. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and be quiet until we are a bit after takeoff, and then I'll talk to you guys. Gear up. Alright, so we are off the ground now, which is, like I said, impressive, but I guess not, because I was expecting the WT mod to do it. So I think this will be very cool. We're going to go ahead and put our flaps up like the checklist is showing us what to do. I think this would be really cool if they added it to the Heavy Division mod. So I'm just going to go ahead and let the plane fly itself until we reach our our cruising altitude of 34,000 feet, and then I will talk to you guys then. And then yeah, that's about it. Hopefully the plane won't crash itself, but it's not Captain Sim, so there you go. Instantly better. They should just start everything. Like, if you have cancer, they'll be like, well, good news, you don't have to fly the Captain Sim 777. Alright, so not quite at our cruising altitude, we still are climbing, but it still is doing pretty well for the flight, so I'm very impressed so far. I think it is way better than the heavy division. The flight model physics are a bit weird. Maybe someone on flightsim.to will make a fix or something where it's not as sensitive as it is, or heavy division will do it. Like I said, heavy division, sim brief import, and flight model physics. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully they'll be able to do that. Hopefully they'll be able to do EFB. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys when we're at our top of descent. I said top of descent last recording, but I meant at 34,000 feet. So we are at 34,000 feet now. We still got 10 more hours to go before we reach Denver. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let the plane fly itself for 10 hours. Hopefully that nothing goes wrong. Hopefully my game doesn't crash or whatever, because sometimes it likes to do that. But we still got, like I said, 10 more hours, so I'm just going to go ahead and let it fly itself, and then I'll talk to you guys when we are starting our descent. Alright, so it's been around, I don't know, 8 hours, maybe 8 or 7 hours, so we still got a good amount of time to go. The weather, we're in Canada currently because our flight plan takes us over Canada just a bit before we arrive into Denver, but the weather here is a bit, but I will talk to you guys a bit. Alright, so we are starting our descent now. We're going to go ahead and turn on our lights as well, because that's slightly a requirement, I guess. We have to start our descent checklist as well, and we'll make sure that all these things are on and off, or whatever they say they need to be. So I will talk to you guys actually when we are on final. So this should be around 30 minutes from now. Alright, so we are on final now, and we're gonna get here on centerline. Very beautiful in Denver currently, because we're currently at it's currently like 6 p.m. or so. Our final checklist is complete. So next one I believe is shutdown and stuff. So the weather in Denver is a bit rainy, but that's in front of us, if you can see on the weather radar. If I were to land any time later, it probably would be in zero visibility, because looking ahead of us right now, it looks really insane. But I'm just going to go ahead and be quiet for the rest of the landing. Did my game crash? I think my game crashed. My game crashed. Oh my god.